So before we line the cooking baskets, the barbecue grill baskets with aluminum foil, I've taken 2 pieces of foil. I'm going to make this double wide. I've taken 2 pieces of foil and laid them together. And I'm just going to turn the inside edge twice. Like that. It's pretty easy, and foil holds its shape, so not a problem. And then I can lay this in the bottom of the grill basket and put the potatoes and carrots on top, and it gives me a nice giant wrapping surface to put inside the grill basket and to put the vegetables on. So, okay, so I have thoroughly washed and cut the potatoes. Left them at a pretty good size because the potatoes are going to cook in the same wrapping on the same barbecue temperature as the carrots, and carrots take longer to cook than potatoes. So I've done my best to cut the carrots consistently thin, small, not tiny, but smaller, and left the potatoes at a pretty good size so that hopefully by the time all this is done, they will cook at the same rate and all be done at the same time. So there's my potatoes, just rinsed and chopped, not and cut into chunks, not peeled, and my carrots, which actually come out really sugary and sweet on the barbecue amazingly. 2 whole onions, which I have left, if you notice, I left the belly button on the end so that they'll kind of hold together in the package in the foil. That cooks right down to nothing as I'm cooking. And then what I'm going to use as a toss or a dressing for the barbecue roasted carrots and potatoes is a balsamic dressing. You can use any oil and vinegar dressing, any kind of Italian. I often use a homemade chipotle dressing that I make that my kids like a lot. So I'm going to toss these and show you how to wrap them in the barbecue grill in one moment. Okay, so here's my grill basket. These are handy dandy things, a really good use of about 20 bucks. Makes you be able to cook your entire dinner on the barbecue as opposed to just the meat. Okay, so I'm going to carefully fold my foil into the grill basket. I really want it to fit in because if it doesn't, the vegetables might puncture a hole in it, the foil. Which wouldn't be the end of the world, but it would just mean that the dressing and the liquid from the vegetables would leak out while I was cooking, and rather than kind of steaming the vegetables, which I can sear then later, they'll be crisping right from the very beginning of cooking, and that is not necessarily what you want. So I'm going to scoop in here a good amount of potatoes and carrots. I'm actually preparing a pretty giant batch of vegetables today because some family is coming over and I want to send them home with food. So this is more than a few people at dinner will eat. This is actually quite a lot of food, but I do want to send my daughter and my brother-in-law home with some nice cooked vegetables for their lunches this week. So I'm doing extra. Okay, so now I'm going to tent the foil over the vegetables and roll the foil that way. And I will also roll the foil this way. And I don't necessarily want it to be super tight. I want the edges to be crimped to keep the steam in from the vegetables and the dressing that I tossed it in. But I don't want to tamp it down so that it's so hot the foil or hard that the foil sticks to the vegetables, because later in the process, if I pull it together and I'm able to actually videotape this, you'll see I'll take my tongs, I'll open the foil, and I'll pull it out gently, 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 so the vegetables tumble into the grill basket. At this point, they're cooked, they're soft, but they're not crispy. So then I'm going to allow them to fall into the grill basket to crisp. And also some of the oil and vinegar dressing will fall away, so there will be fewer calories if you're worried about that. So let me just do that again for you. Here we go. So grill basket number 2. I got this at a thrift store for $1. Pretty good buy for $1. So I'm going to gently put the foil in. It's nice to have a spare grill basket. Okay, I'm going to gently put the foil in. And here now I can just dump the rest of the vegetables in there. I don't have to spoon them. Okay. So there is potatoes, onions, and carrots. I will take that away. And once again, I'm going to tent the foil. I'm not going to press it right tight to the vegetables because I do want to pull it off later. Okay, so I'm going to crimp it here. I'm going to crimp it there. Okay, so these guys are now ready for the barbecue. Okay, I've got 2 of them. I'm going to put them on the barbecue at the far back, far left back, where the temperature on most barbecues is the lowest. I'll preheat the barbecue and then I'll turn it way down, and I can leave these on for an hour, hour and a half. I think I might have even left them on for like 2 hours at various times when life got away from me. And they'll cook. They won't stick to the foil by and large. You might find the odd piece of potato stuck to the foil. But they won't stick to the foil, and then later I'm going to come and pull the foil out and crisp the vegetables. But this is the major vegetable component of my meal. In addition to a green spinach salad, we've got potatoes, onions, and carrots here, and they're done now. And I don't have to think about them again until I take the foil off for like 5 minutes before cooking. And these will be cooking in the afternoon while I am doing other things to get ready for dinner, or just to shop in the neighborhood, or do gardening. But anyway, the potatoes and the carrots, they're on. Okay, they're on. And they're going to be fantastic. It's my family's favorite. Okay, here we are out at the barbecue. I left all the burners on, as low as the burners could go. There were 4 burners on low. And these potatoes have been on for about an hour and a half. Okay. I spun them around just once to make sure that they got heated on both sides. And so now the potatoes are done. They're kind of bubbling in the oil now from the dressing. And they're cooked all the way through, but I want them to be not just cooked but crispy. So what I'm going to do is turn them out of the foil. Oops. Sticking a little bit there, is to turn them out of the foil and into the basket without any foil tenting or wrapping. And the vegetables will now crisp up on the grill. There, you can hear them sizzling. There you go. Okay. So those are going to get a little bit crispy, golden brown on the outside, so that they don't just taste like they're steamed or boiled, but they actually will have a great barbecue flavor. This was on the hottest side of the barbecue, so it might even be a little bit more burned over here than it was there. Okay, I probably could have done this about 15 minutes ago, but I wasn't here 15 minutes ago. There we go. Okay, those ones are a little bit charred, but they'll be okay. I'll just slice that off with a knife. Leave them in there again on low and let them continue to crisp in the barbecue before I take them out and put them in a covered dish to get them ready for company. Ooh, looks good. Johanna's favorite. Okay, so these are looking really nice and golden brown and crispy. Just see if I can get in a little bit closer of a shot for. So they're caramelizing nicely. They've got a nice crispy golden skin on them. I'm going to give them a couple more minutes on the barbecue, and I'm going to take them out and put them in a covered dish. They'll keep hot for quite some time, so you can make them well ahead of before company gets here, or you can be doing it immediately as they're walking in the door. It doesn't really matter too much, but at least you're not worrying about your side dishes as you're getting the steaks on the barbecue and whatever else is going on. So that is Rita Smith's barbecue potato, carrots, and onions in a barbecue basket. Johanna's favorite ever. If I made these every day, she would come and eat them every day. And I hope you're successful with them too. Be confident at the barbecue. Be confident in the kitchen. Have a great time cooking for your family. Rita Smith signing off.